Housewives squad, we are back in the building, What? It's Friday, y'all, and there's so much going on in the news today. I don't even know if I'm coming or going, okay? You know, between these allegations with T.I. and Tanya, I'm just sitting here like, and I'm trying to wrap my brain around it all before I had thought about, am I coming to y'all talking about this situation? But I really want to get more information, and I kind of want to see how this thing continues to unfold. And I just got so many weird, crazy thoughts about this whole situation. But don't worry, when I can't process something by myself, then I always call in, one of my cohorts, one of my friends in this business to come and chop it up with me. So that's what we're going to do. But nonetheless, we got to talk about Karen Huger and GIZELLE Bryant today. Then we also got to talk about what's popping off on this coming episode of The Real Housewives of the Atlanta. Drew and LATOYA are carrying this season up and through this part of it, okay? This part of the season, it feels to me like the drama is really just between these two ladies. Now, of course, we know that we're going to see a Marlo versus Kanye showdown this week as well. But we ain't really gotten no clips of that yet. But we have gotten some clips of LATOYA and Drew going at it, okay? I mean, we talking about husband, one of them talking about one of the other's husband. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we're going to get into all of that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Hit the notification bell button and join the texting community. And follow me on the Instagram. Let's get this Instagram popping, okay? Now, with that out of the way, yesterday we talked to you guys about Karen Huger dragging GIZELLE Bryant, and apparently there was some thought behind, what Karen was saying was that GIZELLE was accusing, Karen of stalking her. Well, that was the case, okay? Turns out it was GIZELLE doing an interview with Baca Wines. Okay, now, actually, it was really her and Robyn doing an interview, but they did them separately because, on the Instagram Live, you can really only do one at a time, at least for now, okay? I don't know when they're going to change that whole situation, but they should go ahead and figure out some kind of way to add more people, okay? But I ain't nobody at the Instagram, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, getting back to the story, okay? So here's what's going on. So GIZELLE was doing an interview and the lady asked, both GIZELLE and Robyn, were there things that happened at the reunion that we didn't see? Now, Robyn goes in to say that the reason why she was saying,
I'm so glad Warren Dixon isn't here right now, seemingly out of nowhere, because I have had nothing else to really contribute to this much of the reunion at all.
The reason why she said that, she says, because she claims that Kris Samuels was talking disrespectfully to the rest of the women. Now, we have heard this absolutely nowhere else, okay? And I think if it had been that way, then they would have shown it on camera, okay? They would have shown it on camera. But that's what she says was the thing that, that was what we didn't see. Girl, okay, Robyn. Then we get to GIZELLE, okay? And what she says about the situation is this. She accused Karen of revealing her home address at the reunion. She said, I've never invited her to my home. I have never sent her an invitation with my address. She told my address. So I was like, you're a 100% stalker. You're a stalker. You're stalking me. You're stalking my address. You probably drive by in the middle of the night. And that was very strange to me. Of course, they couldn't air that because that's telling the world. That was crazy to me, okay? So she basically goes on to say that Karen also said that she didn't like the name of her street address. And I guess that's where the name of, the address was sort of given out, okay? Now, here's my thing about this situation. Now, GIZELLE, I'm going to have to call you to the carpet on this one. Because, listen, when it was asked what Jamal Bryant's number was, when Monique said, is this his number? And she said it out loud, they bleeped it out, okay? So, to me, if it happened like that, and I wasn't there at the reunion, but I can call up a couple of people and ask what happened. But what I do know is this. If that were the case, if what you're saying is true, that they couldn't show it because it was your address, they could have just, muted her when she was saying it on the screen, on the TV screen, or bleeped it out. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did when Monique called out Jamal's number, okay? She was calling it out to verify, yes, is this the number? Is this his number? Okay? And so just like that, they could have done the same thing then. So to me, I just feel like this is one of Gizelle's things that she likes to do with throwing something out there and, you know, just trying to make it seem a little bit more salacious than I think that it could have been. But these are her words, not mine, okay? That's what she says. But as you guys can see here, this is why Karen would say, you wish you were important enough for me to drive by yours. I wish I would waste my good gas on such a non-adventure. Girl, you need to lay off the wine. Your concern should be, is Jamal coming by? Not me. Jamal, please come get your girl. Can we say delusional, okay? So that's where that came from. Now, let's slide on down to the Atlanta, okay? Gotta get down to Atlanta. Drew and LATOYA going at it. Let me set up the scene for you guys, okay? Everybody at the dinner, everybody sitting down at dinner. LATOYA is ready to offer up an apology to Drew, but of course it's filled with shade. She says, so I know there've been a few conversations about Drew's wig. It wasn't tacked down. The lace wasn't plucked and stuff, but looking back, and then Porsha kind of jumps in and says, okay, don't be shady with your apology. And so LATOYA says, you know, she's not being shady, and she continues her apology to Drew. She says, it was fake of me for not saying it to your face. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize for that. I want to go ahead and purchase a wig for you, okay? And I want to get it plucked and, you know, secured correctly, okay? Shade fest, okay? So Drew then says, I'm really happy that you care and you watch me so closely. It's really sweet. But I get my wigs from the top stylist in Hollywood, so no offense, but yeah, probably won't wear it. Now, I just gotta say this. That first wig did not look like it was from the top stylist in Hollywood. I don't know what. Listen, and here's my other thing. You're in Atlanta, so I feel like there are plenty of amazing stylists, wig pluckers, wigologists, and whatnot up in and down into and through the Atlanta area, okay? And if it's not, I know at least one here, the hair doc, who has done a multitude of wig heads for a lot of the Housewives. So ain't no excuse ever for you to have a bad wig. That's just my thought. Because the wig really is to ensure, I thought, that the hair is always looking good, even if you don't feel like doing your own hair, okay? Or to maybe protect your own hair. Anyway, Drew then gets up and says, I got something for you, girl. And she gets up from the table to go get something that looks like it's in an envelope or something like that. But as she's walking away, LATOYA is still shading her. And she's like, what the F is she wearing? Okay. But that's not even all, y'all. It goes further than that. Okay. So apparently the wig conversation happened. And now we get into them shading the marriages. Okay. So here's what's happening. The ladies are questioning why Fallon, who I guess joins the lady, is not staying with the girls in the house, okay? Now, probably there ain't no room for her to stay, but she's like, I'm staying with my husband, okay? So LATOYA, she says that this is silly, and if it's a girls trip, you should, you know, find a girlfriend to bond with. So then Drew comes in and says, don't listen to her. She don't care about husbands. But this is referring back to their first conversation that they had with each other when, you know, LATOYA was saying that she is separated. So that means that she could date, you know, however she wants. And then Drew disagreed that if you're separated, you should be trying to figure out what's going on with your marriage and not focusing on dating. Okay. So then Kandi is like, you know, saying that in her confessional, she's like, well, Drew, you know, you can't say negative things about this girl's marriage. You don't even know her. We don't even really know this girl, quite frankly. I mean, we honestly, outside of that first conversation, we don't know really anything that's going on with this girl and her marriage outside of what we saw on her Instagram or her Instagram live or whatever she did way back during the summer, where she kind of brought Adam on and they was talking or whatever, and they was trying to figure out, he was trying to figure out what was going on, and she was trying to talk about their marriage. I can't remember if it was on Instagram Live, if it was on YouTube. It was something, but I know it was something crazy looking. You know what I'm saying? But so we don't even really get that much background information about her, and it would be really helpful to find out more, okay? Anyway, LATOYA questions Drew, and she says, but what you say about my husband? And then Drew repeats it. She's like, I said you don't care about husbands, boo. Fallon does. So then, apparently, while the ladies are looking at the rooms or whatever, LATOYA walks up to Drew and says, and I think she kind of grabs her. Now, this is important. This is important. The touching of the arm. I think it was a touch. I think it was then that there was a little toucherization. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but it looked like there was a little toucherization. Anyway, but then LATOYA says, but Drew, can we talk about your struggling husband? Ooh. 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 Not struggling husband. Not the struggling husband. Not the struggling husband. Whew. Listen, it's about to finally go down on the Real Housewives of Atlanta this weekend. I, for one, cannot be happier. We finally about to get into some good stuff on this show. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down in the comment section below. Based on these two scenarios alone, whose side are you on? LATOYA or you on Miss Drew Sidora? LATOYA Ali or Drew Sidora? Comment down below, let us know, okay? With that being said, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, and y'all know what's up. I'm gonna catch you in the next video.